Yeah, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Group 10 for the Broward County. Here we go.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Judge Robert F. Diaz. I've been your county court judge for 26 years, and I want to let you know, when we come out to speak to you, we're only supposed to talk about ourselves and not our opponent. That's a little bit thing that's different about judge races. Before I became a judge, I had 125 jury trials as an assistant public defender, which prepared me to go into the courtroom and take off running and know what I'm doing. But I decided I didn't want to just stay in the courtroom. I'm out in the community. I teach at Nova University Law School for the last 29 years. I teach a street law class. I teach law students a little bit about teaching. They go out and teach high school and middle school kids about the law. We come back together and have a trial. I've exposed about 45,000, I believe, parents and teachers and students to the criminal justice system. I also teach judges at New Judges College for the last 24 years. We put judges in a courtroom and we act like crazy lawyers, and then we tell them how they need to behave. I've been endorsed by the PBA, the FOP, the firefighters, the AFL-CIO, the SAVE PAC. I tell you that because those are people involved in the system. They have all endorsed me. They all work in the system. They know how I am. Back in 2012, the last time I believe the Miami Herald recommended somebody, they said Judge Diaz is a well-respected member of Broward's legal community with a reputation for running an efficient professional courtroom and dispensing impartial justice. Did you see it? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect. May I bring down Mr. Michael East?
Good evening. My name is Michael Heiss. I'm running for County Court Judge, Group 10. Little about me is, before I went to college, I was in the military. I was an MP, and some of the lessons I learned in the military have helped me throughout my entire career and will help me when I take the bench. Some of those things I've learned was how to hard work, complete your task. I also learned about discipline, respect, and integrity. Because I was an MP in the military, and if you didn't have that, they kicked you out. 60 seconds, all right. Those character traits have been with me my entire career. 27 years as a trial lawyer. I've been in thousands of courtrooms throughout Florida. I've handled every kind of case from misdemeanor up to murder, and I'm ready to take over county court judge. One of the reasons I'm running is I think in Broward County there needs to be a change in Group 10. Change is good. Change is necessary. Things don't get better by chance. Things get better by change. I believe there needs to be a change in Group 10. But I'm not the only one that thinks that. As part of running for this seat, we were interviewed by Sun Sentinel, and Sun Sentinel also agrees with me changes needed in Group 10. They've endorsed me. I ask you to be part of the change. Vote on August 28th for Heiss. Thank you.
All right. This time we're going to do one question each, I've been told, rather than two questions per candidate, and then move on to the other. Judge Diaz, it's rare that sitting judges get opposition. You've gotten opposition twice. Why do you think?
Well, I think I work very hard at running a professional, efficient courtroom, and I think sometimes people don't like that. They'd rather run things their own way, and maybe that's why I got opposition. I don't know. I never asked. I just know that I have gotten opposition. I've gone out and run as hard as I can. I've gone out and gotten all the endorsements. I've gone out and gotten all the people I know from the 29 years I've been teaching at Nova Law School to help me. And I even know some of the people in this room here who will help me. So I ask for your support again. That's why I came out here. I want to make sure you know. Okay. I get out and do a lot, and I think sometimes some people do not like what I do, and I'm not sure. I've never asked my opponent why he ran against me. I just know that he did. And I went out and I worked very hard, and I'm still working very hard, and I hope for your support. Judge Robert Diaz, Group 10, August 28th.
Mr. Heiss, in Broward County, we've had a real lack of diversity on the bench. Out of close to 100 judges, I think there are now 7 African Americans, which is way below the numbers that they should be, and there's even less Hispanic judges. If you could tell us, why is racial diversity important on the bench, and how does it play out with your clients?
It's not only important, it's absolutely necessary. We need diversity on the bench. There is a committee that helps diversity, and I support that. We have clients that look on the bench and they don't see anything like that. We have very few African American and very few Hispanic judges. We need more, absolutely. But what we do need is quality too. If you've ever held the hand of someone that was wrongfully convicted, you know that you need quality on the bench too. And I'm running because I think Broward County deserves better in Group 10, and I hope to provide that. Thank you.
Judge Diaz.
You can hold your applause to the end of the group, because otherwise it'll just be weird and awkward. Tell us what you do in the community outside of being a judge, and you've been a judge for the last 26 years, I believe.
I have created a Lawyers for Literacy group. That's a bunch of young lawyers in the Broward County Bar Association. We go out and meet the first grade students. We do that once a month. About 10 of us go out once a month for the last 4 years. I do my own reading pals. That means I have a little child that I go read to once a week for the last 4 years, and I've had 4 different children do that, and they've improved along the way. I also run the intern program for Nova Law School, so they come and they get to experience being judicial interns, and I put on about 4 programs. In fact, Mr. Finkelstein speaks at it most of the time. And we educate the law students about what being a lawyer really is and how you have to be professional. I teach at New Judges College. That means I get to teach circuit and county court judges. We go there, they have to go to college like for 2 weeks. We put them in a courtroom and we go in and act like crazy lawyers. What we do to find out is what gets them mad, and then I say to them, every single one of them that I have met in the last 24 years, I said, listen, people might not remember what you say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. If you can take that away with you when you are a judge and go back and use that, that will help you tremendously. The street law program that I've had 71 law students come into my law school class and say, I went to law school because I did a mock trial. So that's very, very rewarding to me that we reached 1 kid, 2 kids, however many we reach whenever we have that mock trial, but they go on to become lawyers. They understand that the legal profession is a great profession. It's a very noble profession. Lawyers do good things, and I try to teach them and their families that.
Mr. Heiss, could you tell us what involvement you are involved with in the community, what groups and what you do with them?
Yes, I'm on the board of directors for 2 homeowners associations. One in, over by Fort Lauderdale, 15th Street Fisheries. I volunteer my time there, and I am on another board at a place in the Keys. Additionally, my community involvement is trying to take care of my 2 teenage boys. Boy, they just got a license, and keeping track of them, keeping in line is a full-time job. Additionally, when they were younger, I coached Little League for them for a number of years in City Hall. Thank you.
And those are your candidates for that race. Now you can